Have you ever told a story thinking, oh, this is hilarious, and then you finish the story and you're looking around and people aren't really laughing? They probably just change the topic really quick on you. You know, when I've been doing youth actually now for over 15 years, and when I started youth, it used to be kind of like the flavour of the month. I was the one that was funny. The guy was like, yeah, we'll go hang out with Matt and do that. And I feel like the older I get, the less that's true. For now, I was at youth only the other week, sharing a story with some kids, and they were saying something really funny, and so I added to it, and you could hear crickets in the background, and I was thinking afterwards, it's like, yeah, you know, the older I get, the more I realise maybe I'm just not so great at telling stories, at least with young people. Maybe I don't have a great read on what's funny anymore. But I do think, you know, like I was chatting with a friend years ago, and he said, you know, the older I get, the more I realise that the less I understand about everything that's going on. And it's so true, you know, the older you get, the more you realise, wow, I don't know everything. It's funny when you come out of school and you hear about a lot of uni students going through uni, and they come out of uni and they want to change the world, and they have all this knowledge and understanding, and they know everything about how to change everything. And I've had that before in my life, and thinking, yeah, I know how to do all of this and I can do it. And it seems to disappear the more experience you have in life. You know, one thing I was reflecting on the other day, I had a real shocker of a day, and we've all been there, we've had some shockers. And it didn't matter what I did on this day, everything was falling apart. I'm trying to get stuff done, and everything was falling apart. And I was pressed for time like I just haven't been for a while, and this was really getting to me, and I felt God say, I want you to be still. So I was practicing being still, trying to hear from God. It reminded me of this scripture. Now, in Mark chapter 1, Jesus was out, verse 32, Jesus was out and he was praying for these people. And it says here, at evening, when the sun had set, they brought to him all who were sick and those who were demon-possessed. And the whole city was gathered together at the door. Must have been a big door. Then he healed many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons. And he did not allow the demons to speak because they knew who he was. The whole town came out at evening for Jesus to pray for them. I've been away on missions trips where we've been in a church in a small village in Fiji, and I reckon there probably would have been 80 to 100 people in this village, and everyone came out to get prayed for, and there was 10 of us there. And I remember praying for maybe 15 people, and at the end of that I was like, wow, that was a big night. And I'm thinking, I've never had a whole town come to me looking for healing from being demon-possessed or being lame or having diseases. I've never had that. I could only imagine how tired Jesus would have been that night. And this is the thing that gets to me, right? Verse 35, it says this. Now in the morning, having risen a long while before daylight. See, I think that's a miracle there, getting up before daylight. He went out and he departed to a solitary place, and there he prayed. The first thing he did in the morning was like, I need to be talking to my Father. I need some restoration from my Father. And it says further on, it says this, and Simon and those who were with him searched for him, and when they found him, they said to him, everyone is looking for you. And this is what Jesus said straight back. He didn't go, oh, okay, I'll let them know I'm here. He says this, let us go into the next towns that I may preach there also, like I did last night, because for this purpose I have come forth. You know, when I was having this shocking day the other day and everything was going wrong, I was like, God said to me, I want you to be still. And all I'm thinking is, if I be still, I'm so pressed for time. You know, everything is going to keep happening. I need to make sure this is happening. And I was thinking, I was sitting there, I'm going, oh, I've got to do this. I know I've got to do this. I know I need to hear from the Father right now. I need this. But it was so hard for me to sit still. When I was saying before, it's like the older I get, the more I realise I'm not very good at things. And I had this moment where it's like, I'm not good at being still. I'm not good at it. I see God for so many things, and I pray and ask God for so many things. I do all the time. Whenever I have a catch up with someone when I was counselling, I'd always pray before that and say, God, what do you want me to say? What are the words you want me to share with this person? I want to minister your heart to them. But being still, like Jesus did here, to reflect on what God's purpose is for my life is really a hard thing to do and to practice. See, Jesus didn't say, Lord, refresh me, and he may have, but it wasn't the whole thing that he got out of it was, I feel better. Now I can cope with the day and move on. It's like he sat down with God, he was still, he prayed, and he asked God what it is that God wanted to say to him. And God reset his purpose again. It's like, yep, your purpose is this, your purpose is this. And Jesus said the first thing was, I came to do this. This is what I'm going to do. What I want to ask you is this though. When you have your quiet time, what are you hearing from God? Are you hearing God's purpose for your life? It's an interesting question. Are you hearing that? I know for me, in my quiet time, it's hard for me to hear things. I'm hearing all sorts of stuff like, Matt, you need to be out at 6 o'clock tonight. You need to get that ready. The meeting that you have tomorrow, are you prepared for that? Matt, what are the kids doing? Are they burning the house down? Matt, what's going on with the car? You need to book that in at the mechanic. Like all of us, we hear so much, but are we hearing from God in our quiet time? It's an interesting question.